Your self-checkout lanes are leaking cash. Welcome in, everyone. I am so thrilled you're joining me today because we have an incredibly high-energy, information-dense podcast lined up for you. We are diving deep into the shifts happening right now in retail technology. Thanks for looking in on this week's Retail Reality Check, the podcast of the latest tech installs in retail and consumer product goods brought to you by IHL Group. If you want to understand where the industry's heading and how fast it's moving, you are in exactly the right place. But before we get straight to that content, I want to make a quick invitation. Join us for our next webinar, Beyond the Counter, How AI is Accelerating Self-Service. That is happening Thursday, July 23rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. AI is completely reshaping the retail experience, and the kiosk market is right at the forefront of that transformation. Make sure you don't miss it. So let's unpack our primary theme today, which is the massive self-checkout reckoning that is happening as we speak. We're anchoring this on IHL's own recent analysis, The Data the Checkout Lane Debate is Missing, which prominently names major players in the space like Diebold Nixdorf, NCR Voyix, Scandit, and Toshiba Global Commerce. To really get to the heart of this shift, we have to look at a brilliant comment from Greg at IHL. He said, "Traditional self-checkouts have essentially just relied on the honor system. Without robust computer vision or deeply integrated data to back them up, retailers are literally letting revenue walk right out the front doors, all while simultaneously frustrating their most honest shoppers. It is a massive, quantifiable failure in loss prevention, and it's forcing a major technological pivot across the industry." All right, let's get right into the news. Because to stop that bleed at the register, retailers are having to completely rethink the entire store floor. We are entering the era of the ultimate hyper-connected store, where retailers are aggressively deploying AI, biometrics, and robotics to fundamentally change how they operate. Take Tesco, for example. This perfectly illustrates the point. They aren't just dropping one piece of isolated tech into an aisle and hoping for the best. They're trialing Simbe's tally stock scanning robot, but they're doing it right alongside autonomous cleaning robots and newly deployed AI shopping assistants. It's an entire integrated ecosystem. They are bringing together computer vision, digital shelf infrastructure, and connected operations to create a truly smart, cohesive store execution. And then you look at the checkout itself. Chipotle is making a massive bet here. Their Cultivate next venture fund just invested in PopID, which is a biometric authentication platform. They are essentially betting on facial recognition to unleash pay-by-bank networks. This is a game changer because it simultaneously slashes those massive merchant processing fees while drastically speeding up the ordering line. It's faster for the customer. It's highly personalized, and it's incredibly cost-effective for the business. We are also seeing a total paradigm shift in data collection. Think about it. Traditionally, physical stores only knew what you ultimately purchased at the register. But now, with AI-powered smart carts like Instacart's Coupr carts and Coupr smart carts, which are equipped with onboard cameras and scales, physical retail is finally getting e-commerce-level clickstream data. They now know what you picked up, what you considered, and what you put back on the shelf. They know what you almost bought. To put that into perspective, just look at what happened when Milam's markets tested the Coupar AI cart in the real world. The results are staggering. Compared to a baseline standard basket of 100, the smart cart item count jumped to 141, and the dollar value leaped to 153. That is a massive increase in basket size, purely driven by in-aisle digital engagement, targeted offers, and totally frictionless navigation. And this hyper-automation isn't just staying in the grocery aisle. Alongside massive rollouts like Smart Novo's autonomous store expansion, we're seeing this hit healthcare. A robotic startup called Q just emerged from stealth mode to solve the pharmacy desert crisis by building a fully autonomous pharmacy. The system literally accepts sealed wholesale bottles, uses computer vision and robotics to identify and count 250 common medications, and then dispenses them into vials completely without human mechanical involvement. An AI layer just sits on top, monitoring inventory and alerting the staff. Q claims this system could lead to a staggering 96% reduction in fulfillment costs. And the goal isn't to replace the pharmacist's expertise. Rather, it frees them from the tedious mechanical labor of counting pills so they can actually focus on counseling their patients and reviewing complex drug interactions. Okay, everybody take a quick breath because we are officially shifting gears into our lightning round. We are going to rapid fire through standalone news and tech installs across the entire industry to show you just how fast this is all moving. Hang on tight. Starting in supply chain and logistics, Amazon Pharmacy partnered with Anavi to integrate real-time pricing directly into doctors' e-prescribing workflows. Amazon is also building a $48 million robotic sorting warehouse in Texas featuring automated tools like Tipper. Caraway Home teamed up with ITS Logistics and instantly cut their parcel costs by 20% while rapidly expanding their product line. And General Motors significantly strengthened their supply chain resilience by shifting to a fully integrated logistics model with Maersk. Over in grocery, Asda is upgrading 500 express sites with resilient connectivity from Evolve and rolling out Fusion electronic shelf labels to comply with Natasha's law for allergen tracking. Brookshire Brothers is deploying Coupr Promo AI for optimized promotional ROI. Breez AI's shopping assistant is driving a massive 20% higher spend for independent regional grocers like Bollies and Harps. And McCain Foods is literally using Ceres AI to get unprecedented visibility into their potato crop yields. And here's a crazy number for you, 30%. That's how much Lipton teas and infusions managed to cut their storage costs, saving over $500,000 annually just by unifying their analytics and operational data onto the Databricks Lake-based platform. Now, how are brands actually strategizing with all this data? A fascinating study between Gap Inc. and Microsoft found that forcing employees into rigid AI workflows actually hurt productivity, causing what they cleverly called AI hangovers. Mindset beats mandate every time. Meanwhile, Beals Incorporated boosted their clearance sales by 25% using Oracle's AI-driven markdown tool. Case 24 is linking ad, inventory, and finance data to stop brands from wasting ad budget on out-of-stock items. And Marks & Spencer is using Lily AI to completely automate their structured product data to juice up their Google Shopping visibility. The lines between retail and restaurants? Totally blurring. Costa Coffee just opened a 24/7 fully digital kiosk store at London Luton Airport. DoorDash and Shopify launched a native integration so independent retailers can offer on-demand delivery without dealing with manual catalog uploads. Gold Star Chili unified its entire tech stack, POS, payments, and loyalty across more than 55 locations with Bartech. And Hungry Howie's is doing a massive overhaul of its digital ordering experience using the DoorDash commerce platform. On the operations side, UK retailer Currys picked Metapack to give customers real-time delivery visibility. Mexican drugstore chain Farmacias del Ahorro deployed Kibo OMS to manage a super complex multi-seller third-party marketplace. Lowe's Hotels unified their property management and guest loyalty with Oracle Cloud. But the absolute standout metric here is Leroy Merlin, Portugal. By using Relax Solutions, they achieved a jaw-dropping 97% automated replenishment rate across 46 stores. Marketing networks are moving just as fast. Ace Hardware is integrating its Redvest media network with PackView for cross-retailer reporting. Conagra tapped Barrows to build a single connected commerce system. iHeartMedia and Amazon expanded a massive ad deal, allowing Amazon buyers to use first-party shopping signals across iHeart's premium audio inventory. And my absolute favorite, Dollar Shave Club, is using generative AI to radically decrease production costs while reclaiming their original hilarious brand voice. Sprinting right to the finish line here with some quick hits. Extra Mile just added over 1,000 locations to its core marked delivery network. Mary Ruth's Organics centralized their product data via Salesforce, cutting new launch times by 30%. Arcop is unifying their refrigeration telemetry with low Connex to predict faults. Shu Uemura launched a 3D facial scanning AI mirror in Tokyo for hyper-personalized makeup advice. And TGI Fridays rebuilt their mobile app, which is now driving 15% of all their digital orders. Phew, what a sprint. So after unpacking all this incredible technology deploying at breakneck speed, I have to leave you with this provocative thought. With biometrics, robotics, and AI all converging at once to stop that bleed at the checkout lane, which retailer do you think will be the very first to truly perfect the hyper-connected store? The race is absolutely on. And that wraps up our reality check for today. Please make sure to check out www.ihlservices.com, where the full narrative, including over 50 news stories and case studies, can be found. Thank you so much for hanging out and learning with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one.